Do you often have food parties with your friends or family?
Yes, we do. We try to get together every couple of months, usually at someone's home. It's a great way to catch up and enjoy each other's company. We often make it a potluck, so everyone brings a dish to share.
What kind of food do you usually serve at these parties?
It varies depending on who's hosting and the occasion. Sometimes it's a casual barbecue with burgers and salads. Other times, if it's a special occasion, we might have a more elaborate spread with different cuisines represented.
Do you prefer cooking for parties or ordering food?
I enjoy cooking a few dishes myself, especially if I have a signature recipe I want to share. However, for larger gatherings, it's often more practical to order some food, especially if it's a cuisine I'm not very familiar with.
Are there any special food traditions you follow at your parties?
We don't have any strict traditions, but we always make sure there's plenty of food for everyone, and we usually end the night with some kind of dessert, like cake or ice cream.
Do you think food parties are a good way to socialize?
Absolutely. Sharing a meal is a fantastic way to connect with people. It creates a relaxed atmosphere where everyone can chat and enjoy themselves. It's definitely one of my favorite ways to socialize. Let me tell you about a truly delightful event I attended where the food was absolutely exceptional. It's something that still brings a smile to my face when I think about it. This memorable occasion took place last summer. In fact, it was in late July. The weather was beautifully warm, adding to the already wonderful atmosphere of the day. The event itself was a wedding celebration for one of my closest friends, Mihiraa. It was a really special occasion as Mihiraa and her partner, Mark, had been together for many years, and it felt like everyone had been eagerly anticipating this day. They chose to hold their wedding reception at a charming countryside venue, just outside of the city, which had stunning gardens and a beautifully decorated marquee for the dinner and evening festivities. The whole setting was picturesque and created a really celebratory mood. Now, let's talk about the food, because this is where the event really shone. Instead of a traditional sit-down meal, Mihiraa and Mark opted for a more relaxed, buffet-style arrangement, but this was no ordinary buffet. It was a feast of culinary delights, showcasing a real passion for fresh, quality ingredients and inventive dishes. There was such a variety, it was almost overwhelming in the best possible way. To start, there was a colorful array of antipasti. Think creamy burrata with ripe tomatoes and basil, thinly sliced prosciutto with melon, and marinated olives glistening in olive oil and herbs. Then, for the main courses, they had stations set up with different cuisines. There was a pasta station where chefs were making fresh pasta to order, with a choice of sauces from a rich, slow-cooked bolognese to a vibrant pesto. Another station was dedicated to grilled seafood and meats. I remember vividly the smell of rosemary and garlic infusing the air as the chefs expertly grilled prawns, salmon, and lamb cutlets. For vegetarians, there was an equally impressive selection, including roasted vegetable skewers, a hearty lentil and vegetable stew, and a vibrant quinoa salad bursting with fresh herbs and pomegranate seeds. And the desserts. Oh, the desserts were just heavenly. There was a table laden with miniature Italian pastries, from delicate cannoli filled with sweet ricotta to rich, dark chocolate truffles. They also had a magnificent wedding cake, of course, which was a light and airy lemon sponge with raspberry frosting. It was simply divine and the perfect sweet ending to the meal. Importantly, all the ingredients felt incredibly fresh and high quality. It was clear that Mihiraa and Mark had really prioritized sourcing the best possible food for their guests. What truly made the food so enjoyable for me, and why I still remember it so fondly, was a combination of factors. Firstly, the sheer quality and variety were outstanding. It wasn't just about quantity, every single dish was clearly crafted with care and attention to detail. Secondly, the relaxed buffet style encouraged mingling and conversation. People weren't stuck at tables waiting to be served, they were able to wander around, chat, and sample different dishes at their own pace, which created a really sociable and convivial atmosphere. But perhaps most significantly, the food perfectly complemented the joyous occasion. Sharing such delicious food with friends and family, all gathered to celebrate Mihiraa and Mark, enhanced the whole experience and made it truly special.
Some people argue that access to nutritious food is a basic human right. Others believe it's a privilege. What's your opinion?
I firmly believe that access to nutritious food is a fundamental human right, not a privilege. While it's true that resources are limited and there are complex economic factors at play, the ability to nourish oneself is essential for survival and human dignity. Without adequate nutrition, individuals cannot reach their full potential, both physically and mentally. Children, especially, are particularly vulnerable. Malnutrition in early childhood can have irreversible consequences, affecting their development and future opportunities. To argue that nutritious food is a privilege is to deny people the very foundation upon which they can build their lives. Governments and international organizations have a moral obligation to work towards ensuring food security for all, regardless of their socio-economic status. This involves not just providing food aid in times of crisis, but also addressing the root causes of food insecurity, such as poverty, inequality, and lack of access to resources. Promoting sustainable agriculture, investing in education and healthcare, and creating economic opportunities are all crucial steps in realizing the right to food for everyone. Of course, this is a complex issue with no easy solutions, but the fundamental principle remains: the right to nutritious food is not something to be earned, but an inherent right that every human being possesses.
How has food production changed in recent decades, and what are the implications of these changes for global nutrition?
Food production has undergone a radical transformation in recent decades, largely driven by technological advancements and globalization. We've seen the rise of industrial agriculture, characterized by large-scale monoculture farming, heavy reliance on fertilizers and pesticides, and the use of genetically modified crops. These changes have led to significant increases in food production, allowing us to feed a growing global population. However, these advancements have come at a cost. The focus on maximizing yields has often prioritized quantity over quality, leading to a decline in the nutritional value of many staple foods. Furthermore, industrial agriculture has a significant environmental footprint, contributing to soil degradation, water pollution, and greenhouse gas emissions. The globalization of food systems has also created vulnerabilities, making us dependent on complex supply chains that can be easily disrupted by political instability or climate change. The implications for global nutrition are complex. While we are producing more food than ever before, millions of people still suffer from malnutrition, not just in developing countries, but also in wealthier nations where access to affordable, healthy food is often limited. The rise of processed foods, high in sugar, salt, and unhealthy fats, has contributed to a global epidemic of obesity and related diseases. Moving forward, we need to prioritize sustainable and equitable food systems that not only produce enough food, but also ensure that it is nutritious and accessible to everyone.
What role do you think education plays in addressing issues of food poverty and malnutrition?
Education plays a pivotal role in tackling the complex challenges of food poverty and malnutrition. Firstly, education empowers individuals to make informed choices about their diets. By learning about nutrition, balanced diets, and food preparation, people can improve their health and well-being, even with limited resources. Secondly, education can help break the cycle of poverty. By acquiring skills and knowledge, individuals can increase their earning potential, enabling them to afford nutritious food for themselves and their families. Thirdly, education can raise awareness about the social and economic factors that contribute to food insecurity. By understanding these issues, individuals can become advocates for change, demanding policies that promote food justice and equitable access to resources. Furthermore, education can foster innovation in agriculture and food production. By supporting research and development in sustainable farming practices, we can create more resilient and equitable food systems. Finally, education can promote gender equality, which is essential for addressing food poverty. Women play a crucial role in food production and household nutrition, and empowering them through education can have a profound impact on the well-being of entire communities. In short, education is not just about acquiring knowledge, it's about empowering individuals and communities to take control of their lives and build a more just and sustainable world where everyone has access to nutritious food.
In what ways can technology be used to improve food security and reduce food waste?
Technology offers a range of innovative solutions to improve food security and reduce food waste. Precision agriculture, using sensors, drones, and data analytics, can optimize farming practices, increasing yields while minimizing the use of resources like water and fertilizers. Mobile apps and online platforms can connect farmers directly with consumers, reducing reliance on intermediaries and ensuring fair prices for their produce. Food tracking systems, utilizing blockchain technology, can improve transparency and traceability throughout the food supply chain, helping to identify areas where food waste occurs and enabling more efficient distribution. Smart refrigerators and other household appliances can help consumers manage their food inventory, reducing spoilage and unnecessary waste. Furthermore, technology can play a crucial role in educating consumers about food waste and promoting sustainable consumption practices. Mobile apps can provide tips on meal planning, food storage, and creative ways to use leftovers. Social media platforms can be used to raise awareness about food waste and inspire action. Of course, technology is not a silver bullet. It's important to ensure that these technologies are accessible to everyone, including smallholder farmers and marginalized communities. Furthermore, it's crucial to address the underlying social and economic factors that contribute to food insecurity and food waste. However, when used strategically and equitably, technology can be a powerful tool in the fight against hunger and food waste.
Some people believe that governments should prioritize supporting local farmers and food production. Others argue that it's more efficient to import food from other countries. What's your perspective?
I believe that a balanced approach is necessary, one that supports local farmers and food production while also recognizing the role of international trade. Prioritizing local food production has numerous benefits. It can boost the local economy, create jobs, and reduce the environmental impact associated with transporting food long distances. Supporting local farmers can also help preserve traditional farming practices and protect biodiversity. Furthermore, it can enhance food security by reducing reliance on global supply chains that can be vulnerable to disruptions. However, completely isolating a country's food system is not realistic or necessarily beneficial. Importing certain food products can provide access to a wider variety of foods, especially those that cannot be grown locally due to climate or other constraints. International trade can also help stabilize food prices and ensure access to essential nutrients. The key is to find a balance that supports local farmers while also allowing for the efficient and equitable flow of food across borders. Governments should invest in programs that support local farmers, such as providing access to credit, training, and technology. They should also implement policies that promote sustainable agriculture and protect the environment. At the same time, they should work with other countries to create a fair and transparent international trading system that ensures access to affordable food for all. Ultimately, a resilient and sustainable food system requires a multifaceted approach that combines local production with responsible international trade.